So yeah, a lot of people have been asking for a boat tour, so let's do one. So this boat, it's a Fabola Diva 451. It's a Swedish boat. They are semi-custom boat in the sense that the owner have the possibility to decide some layout inside the boat. So if you look different 451, you're going to see different layout inside. So the Fabola, it's known in Sweden to design offshore race boat, cruiser race boat, and they are very fast. So this one have max speed around 10 knots. But just to give you an idea, with 10 knots of wind, I can go 8 knots. That's our record, 10 knots, 8 knots speed. So that's amazing speed. So it's a very fast boat. And I'm going to show you the boat right away. All right, so the deck is very flat. So it makes it very easy to move, which is great. It's teak. The teak is in really good condition. When we bought it, it was just the owner just redid the old teak, so it's in very good condition. It's absolutely amazing because it's easy to walk on. This is the Genoa on a furler. So we have actually two sails. This is the bigger Genoa we have. Then we have a smallest one, and the smallest Genoa. Basically, it's self-tacking, so you can put it there, and then you have a self-tacking Genoa. Obviously, it is a much smaller Genoa than the other. But it's quite practical if you do not, this is no effort, right? It's auto-tack directly. So we use the big Genoa because here in the San Juan we have a lot of light wind. So we just prefer to have the big one. Now if I had to go offshore, I will probably put the other one for an offshore travel. But here in the San Juan we keep that one. I store the other Genoa inside the boat. We also have a spinnaker that I don't use, but we have one as well, and you can rig the spinnaker here. Yeah, we have the traditional anchor. The windlass of the anchor is here. We have about 100 feet of chain and another 100 of rope, so around 200 feet to anchor the boat. This is our dinghy, and we store the dinghy on the deck, so it's right here. So that's how we store it. Now it's very easy because we have electric winch, right? So hauling out the dinghy or hauling off the dinghy, it's extremely fast, very easy. It's all electric, so that's why we keep it here when we sail. I just clean it, so that's why it's like this. So we have a mainsail furlers. This is, I think, the best feature for us. So when I wasn't sure when we bought the boat because I never had one. So I was saying, okay, is that easy to use? And it's just amazing. You push a button, you get the sail out. You want to reef, you push a button, the sails go in. It's absolutely amazing. I did reshape the sail, so it furled very easily inside the mast. Never had any problem after that. So amazing feature. I don't think I will buy a boat anymore if I don't have that. It's so easy compared to what we have. Now, take into account this is a race cruiser, so the mast and the sails are big. So this is very important, but you have zero effort to do because it's all electric, right? So I remember my Iceland packet, which was much smaller mast, much smaller sail. It was much harder than this one. This one, it's very easy. Now, so what we do is we furl the mainsail from the cockpit. We reef from the cockpit. So I never come here, actually never, I don't need to. Everything can be done from the cockpit. This is the spinnaker halyard. This is what we use actually for the dinghy. So I just put that on the dinghy, and I oil all the dinghy with that. Okay, so one of the feature of this boat is the central cockpit. Like the Swan, if you know the Swan, you've got the same. And actually on the Swan is done because they are racing boat, right? So this is the part where there's nothing here, so it's really for living, and then the other cockpit is where you handle the boat. No, we are not racer, we are not racing, so I wasn't sure, okay, what are we going to use it? What's the point of having two cockpits? And actually it's absolutely amazing for cruiser. The reason is here we have two, and sometimes my son with us 3 people. Here you can fit 4. Actually, we have the dock most of the time. We have this where we can eat 4 people on it. But what is very interesting, and I'm pretty sure if you've been cruising, you had that problem. When you have one cockpit and people go to the beach, come back, they swim, they come back, your cockpit, it's a complete mess. It's wet, you got sand in it, so you keep cleaning and trying to keep your cockpit clean because you're gonna have to eat on it and everything. Here the two things are completely separated. So this cockpit, it's really a living area for us. It's always clean. We eat here, we spend time at night when the weather it's okay, so you never get all that mess coming from outside the boat. And the other cockpit, really, it's where all the things happen when we sail, and we go out the boat to go to the beach, or because we spend a lot of time at anchor. Now you have a door here to access the inside directly from this cockpit, and actually right down there is the galley, so it's very easy. You take your stuff, your table to eat is there, so extremely easy to use. So I'm very happy about this central cockpit feature. I don't know why they don't do it much, because even for cruising it's very nice to have. It was the first time all our other boat has the traditional cockpit, and I've been fighting with that, cleaning and trying to keep it with the dock. I mean, you know, a dock coming back from the beach, right? You can imagine how it is. So that's very nice. So we have a Dodger here as well. We don't put it. We have a Dodger that we can put here. But actually, the reason we don't put it is because we are in the plan to cover the 2 cockpits. So the our Dodger is going to go there, and then we're going to cover the 2 cockpit with a Bimini. That's the plan for the future, because you know, here in the Pacific Northwest we have rain, and we would like to use that, even this space we would like to use it in winter as well. So now we are on the rear cockpit, let's say, where you sail really the boat. So 2 big winch here for the Genoa. They are huge, 2-speed winch. So both of them have two speed. So no, you really don't get any issues. And what you have here is your piano with all your line coming back here. So I do absolutely everything from here. I can reef, I can hose the mainsail, I can do whatever I need from here. Actually, I never go out the cockpit, absolutely never. Now, this winch again, 2-speed winch, and that's the nice thing. This is an electric winch, and that makes your life really easy. For the mainsail, for the dinghy, for whatever you need to some power, or you don't want to use your own muscle. That's the lifesaver. So I can handle the boat completely alone. Everything is done from here. So that's very nice. That is comfort, right? I'm amazed by when I bought the boat, I said, okay, that's a gadget, I'm not gonna use it, I'm used to it. But it's a big boat, and that really helps you to handle the boat with a button, basically. It's nothing else. You just need to be careful because this is extremely powerful. So when you use it, always make sure everything is clear, that no blocking, because this is gonna go through anyway. So that's something to take in consideration. The great thing, and you don't have that in the Swan, or you don't have that in other sailboat, you have another entrance to the inside from here. So there is a door here, another stair, and you can go inside the boat. So actually, when you are sailing and you want to go inside, you do not have to go out this cockpit. From this cockpit, you can go inside the boat and do whatever you want to do, which is great, because going outside the cockpit when you sail in rough condition or even in normal condition, it's always a risk, and you don't have to do it. So this is really good. So they are really two separated cockpits with their own access to the boat. Traditional wheel, nothing special here with all my instruments here, so nothing there. This is the autopilot here, and all the engine there. The engine is a Yanmar 45. The engine control, this is a Yanmar 45. So we did invest quite a bit on the engine. So we replace the starter, we make a full maintenance, some oils, so we ask a full inspection and replace whatever could fail. So I think we have invested about $2,000 in the engine, but the engine, the engine is like new, it runs really like a clock. So that's one of the investment. So at 2000 RPM, we cruise 6 knots. That's, depending on the current. If we have currents again, it's a little bit slow, but usually we are 2,500 RPM. That's what we do, and we go 6-7 knots. So that's our speed with the engine. Okay, so what I'm going to show you, it's one of the features we do love about the boat, and actually it was in our short list, right? When with the island packet, one of the things we wanted, it's easy access. We didn't have it's easy access to the dinghy, easy access to the water. We have a ladder going down. You had to go over the rail, the dock over the rail, and so on. So you know the mess if you had a boat before. And we wanted a real easy access to our dinghy. We spend most of our time at Anchorage when we sail, and we dinghy all the time, right? 4 times a day. We have the dock, it's already on the morning, at night, and then we go for a walk. So we never stop using the dinghy really when you are anchoring. So this vertical ladder, we didn't want that anymore. It was just too painful for us. And for the dock, so we wanted easy access. No, the traditional thing we were looking at was just a swim platform, right? Like you would have in the Oceanis or this type of boat. However, this boat it's even better because you don't have a swim platform. What you have, it's a stair that you basically get directly to the water, like this. That's easy. Up, you do that like this, and you walk down to your dinghy. And so here we have the hot water tank when we are in a marina. This is this one. And this is a fuel tank. No, the boat has 2 fuel tanks. So we have the main one, and then you have a secondary one that you can fill. And what you have, it's an engine that pump the water from the auxiliary, the secondary one, to the main one if you are running out of gas. So this is the secondary one, and you have the main one there. So here we got 2 tanks of gas, of propane. So you know, a lot of people say, oh, that space here, it's lost. No, it's not lost. Actually, these are locker where you can store stuff. And here we have two propane tank. The 2 propane tank. And this is the switch where you can move from one to the other. We have another locker here, completely empty at the moment. So here we got the access on the waste tank. For your waste black water, grey water. There is a switch, so if you are offshore you can unload in directly to the ocean. Obviously here on the US coast you cannot do that, so we use the tank, and we empty the tank time to time. So just to give you an idea, we went 2 weeks sailing, and we did empty tank one time in 2 weeks, and it wasn't full. We just, because we were in a marina, and we said, okay, we're gonna do it. So the tank is pretty big. I'm not exactly sure how many gallon, but it's a pretty big tank. So water, important stuff, right? So we have actually 2 tanks of water. One here, which is on under one of the berth, and then we have another tank on the boat. And actually inside we can switch from one tank to the other. All right, so we know inside, and so this is the main cabin. I am actually at the door of the V-berth at the moment, so that's where I'm taking the video from. And this is the galley. So everybody's gonna show the galley. So we have 2 sink in the galley.
Hello.
We have a freezer, a microwave that is going to go away one day because there's absolutely no use for us of a microwave, and we got the fridge and the stove, which is a 2-fire stove, and then the oven. So we're pretty classical.
Horno.
The galley have quite a bit of storage, which is nice. Quite a bit of room up there. Under the, also there is a room, and it doesn't fold. And then obviously here there is more room for storage. Now I'm looking from the other side, and you see there is more storage all along. This is all storage, and we go to the V-berth, which is one of the cabin we have. We use it mostly for storage, but it's a nice V-berth. We don't use it ourselves because we are only 2. We tend to use that for storage when we sail. So it's really our garage most of the time. We don't really use it, but it's a nice V-berth, traditional V-berth. Below you have storage in one side, the other side being a tank of water. And here there is it's all my tool, all my stuff that I need. Well, part of the stuff I need tools and replacement and stuff like this. There is another storage here, same thing. I got a tool there, and this is the boat thrust. This is the boat thruster. So the boat have a boat thruster, and this is the windlass. So this is the switch. Yeah, the boat thruster, it's amazing. Amazing. It's just crazy easy. Again, the island packet was 32 feet, full keel boat. Marina was always a stress. This boat is no stress. It's like a car, right? With the boat thruster and the keel. It's a fin keel. So yeah, it's very easy. I mean, it's like a car. We just come back from 2 weeks sailing, and we went 2 times in Marina, and you know, waiting in line on the dock for diesel. And I would have been stressed like hell with the full keel boat. This one, it's just relaxing. I mean, docking and undocking, it's not a problem. So this is our salon area and can accommodate quite a few people. Now we have made a change there. As you see, this is not the original table. We still have the original table at home, but this is a prototype of a table we did. Basically to have more space to go around when we don't use the full table. So what we did, it's a table that can open, and when we don't eat, to have more space around, so we just fold the table. So this is a prototype. We haven't put much money in very good wood, but we wanted to see how it works, and actually it works quite fine. It's much easier to go around. And behind there is more storage there. Under the seat, that's where we have our battery bank. So we have 4 batteries under this under the salon, and there is a little bit of more room to store stuff. This is the chart table, pretty standard chart table. A lot of stuff there. Here we have all our radar and chart plotter. For the chart plotter, we mainly use a tablet. We don't really use that one, but it's it's working. It do the job. The control panel. So you can open very easily, which is nice. And then in the control panel, you got the switch to move from one diesel tank from the other, and you got as well to check the level of water in one tank or the other. So you have a switch there, and you got very easy access to all the switch. You don't have to unscrew anything. You can just go there. Look in boat, it's always storage, because you always need, so there's more storage there. Under the seat there is more storage. So that's pretty good there for all what we need to store. Okay, so this is the starboard side that go around the cockpit. We have actually 3 separate area for the bathroom. So we have one first toilet here, and then in the center we have a separate shower, completely separate. And then where Maribel is, that's the other bathroom that we use for us. There is a toilet as well, and I will show you from the other side. To the port side, we have 2 sea berths here. That's where my son is coming. That's where my son sleep. And the other one, we use it to put stuff that we need each time or need quickly access. So it's kind of a storage area. We could put everything else elsewhere, but it's very easy for us. And where Maribel's tent, it's our cabin. So I'm just gonna go that way. Big space here, and we did just a closet for clothes, so more space, and it's separated in 2. There's in the other side we have another closet actually. That's something we did after, because the old space was lost. More storage for all our emergency kit are here. So first aid kit. They are there, so very easy. And the other thing here, it's we don't need to always remove the stair to access the engine. We have a direct access from the engine right here. So for just checking oil and stuff like this, quite easy. You don't have to remove the whole stair, which is practical. So we're going now to our cabin. This is we have a kind of a queen bed, quite nice size of bed. What you see here is the entrance to the other cockpit, and there's a stair we can put there. So when we are in the marina, like now or at anchor, we remove the stair. So we have the cabin, it's free. But when we are sailing, we just put the stair. It's really 1 minute to put the stair, very easy, and so that gives us access to the other cockpit. Under the bed, by the way, it's all storage as well. Little bit of storage. We have a little table there. Vanity, I think it's called a vanity table or whatever the name in English. More storage there and more storage there. So, and as you see, we don't even use everything at the moment. And so this Manuel is behind the door, which is the toilet, and we have more storage there in that place. So this is really the bathroom that we're using. That's where Manuel is. Quite standard, and we got the access here to the shower, and that's actually quite nice to have a complete separate shower. You don't mess too much. So one of the nice thing we found, it's been very hot lately here in Washington, but if you're cruising south, it's even more important. There is a lot of airflow. So if you look at that cabin right at the moment, we can open these, can be open. Then we got 1, 2, 3 that can be open, and that's very nice. We got also these that we can open. And actually we've been sleeping marina and anchor, very hot day, and you can really feel the flow. And the entire boat, it's quite a bit of hatches, and you can feel the air running from the stem to the bow, and it's very cool. I mean, it's you don't sleep in a box like some other boat. So that's the engine room. So as you see, a lot of space to work. There's a light you can put there. No, I'm not a diesel fan, so I got a guy that make maintenance twice a year and check my engine all the time. I'm gonna take one day a diesel engine training, so I can do more myself, but for the moment everything is done by a professional guy, which is called Tony, and he comes from Seattle actually.
Is this all that you dreamed it'd be?